Welcome to Golf Magazine's Club Test 2014 at World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. My name is Rob Sauerhaft, here with Barry Facemeyer, Michael Kay, and Eric Jack. Today we are talking hybrids and fairway woods. Let's hear what your overall impressions of the week were. Barry, we'll start with you. You're going to talk a little bit about hybrids.
My first impression was that technology is here to stay. It used to be that you'd see one, maybe two hybrids that had the adjustability function. Now it was almost rare to see that they didn't. The technology and adjustability just flat out works.
Michael, what was going on in the world of fairway woods this week?
So better player fairway woods, what was interesting this year is how many of those fairway woods were great clubs to use off a tee. You could use them like a driver. They went almost as far as the driver. They stayed in play more often, and they were very reliable. They were also smaller. The heads were smaller than what they've been in the past. For me, that's a good thing for confidence because I don't have to worry about having a giant head that I'd be trying to hit off the ground or off a tee.
Eric, what did you think this week? What was going on out there?
In the game improvement clubs, I found them very easy to hit this year. It seemed like every club that I hit was easy to get up in the air and go far. I've gone from a 3-wood to a 4-wood because it was harder to get it in the air and I couldn't get 3 woods into the air. This year, I'm tempted to go back to a 3-wood because of being able to hit it easier. Plus the length on the 3-woods this year was phenomenal. A number of clubs actually I thought I mishit and still got great distance, as good as some of the others. Those two combined, distance and the playability, being able to hit it in the air, were what I really enjoyed and saw the improvement in.
Let's talk a little bit more about the adjustability. So what are you trying to accomplish now that you have an adjustable hybrid? Where are you taking the adjustability?
For me, the adjustability is a few different issues. One, I tend to be a high ball hitter, so any club that I get in my hands, the first thing I'm worried about is how high am I hitting the ball. With now some of the adjustability, it's not just the hosel adjustability, it's the weight adjustability in the sole, not just so much from a swing weight standpoint, but being able to change the center of gravity. So some of the hybrids enable me to change the center of gravity and bring the ball flight down without any manipulation of the swing. The biggest problem with hybrids throughout the years is they tend to hook the ball. Even the ones now, if they had a little bit of an inclination towards draw spin, I was able to work the adjustable feature on the hosel, change the face angle a little bit, and completely eliminate the draw spin and just take left out of the course, which is just huge for me.
That's a big deal. Michael, what did you think in terms of adjustability?
So adjustability for me in the fairway woods, the advantage was, unlike Barry, I'm a low ball hitter and I'm always looking to get a little more loft. And so I would find a fairway wood that I liked. The loft could be adjusted, say, from 13 to 17 degrees. So I could make it more like a 3-wood or I can make it tending towards a 4-wood, all depending on how I was hitting a particular club. And for me also, I carry one fairway wood and I carry hybrids. And I'd like the ability to take that fairway wood and adjust the loft at times to hit it higher or maybe hit it lower depending on where I'm playing, the kind of course, the yardage I'm playing. And with only one fairway wood now, I have the ability to make a 3-wood or a 4-wood out of it.
So how do these clubs play out of the turf? Let's start with the hybrid.
For me, the issue is on the par 5s, to be able to have a club that you know that you can hit off the turf. I mean, it's nice to have a hybrid that you can hit off the tee, you know you're going to get in play, but to be able to have that good turf interaction, part of my problem is getting a little bit into the turf with the leading edge, and I found that there wasn't a single hybrid out there, with the exception of ones that might be a little more like a driving iron, that had any problem with turf interaction. It really wasn't that much different than off the tee.
What about you guys? What did you find playing it down? You did play it down, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
We always do.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yeah, there you go.
So fairway woods, I think over recent years, they've tended to be a little bit big. If you're hitting a 3-wood off of a tight line of fairway, sometimes it looked like it was a driver, and you worry about being able to hit the club up in the air. So this year across the category, most of the better player fairway woods were smaller. They were a little cambered on the sole, on the bottom. And with a smaller face, it was easier to feel confident that I can hit that ball off the fairway where it's tight, where there's not a lot of space. I'm not worried about hitting it fat, and I thought that was a really good advantage.
Great, what'd you think?
I was like Michael, that with a smaller head, a little bit lower profile, gave you a lot more confidence when you're setting up off the turf to be able to hit it and get it in the air. You didn't think you were hitting a driver off the deck because of the size of the head.
One final takeaway, much like you've experienced with drivers in the last few years, where you have 2, 3, 4, maybe 20 different stock shafts that you can choose for a driver. What we're seeing now in fairway woods and hybrids is within one brand, there may be 3 or 4 different weights of fairway wood shaft offered or of hybrid shaft offered And the differences, let's say in a 62, 72, and 82 gram shaft, with the same head makes immense difference. So you must be fit, not only for your driver, not only for your irons, but absolutely for your fairway woods and your hybrids as well.